everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's officially winning time in the NFL. In today's wild card matchup, victory is the only option for these two teams. It's the 49ers going up against the Falcons.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wild card game. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. They go play action here on first down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So the D-line's going to spread out. In motion left goes a tight end. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. On second down, Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
DeForest Buckner is a really tall defensive end / defensive tackle. How about that move right there to get upfield and make the play in the offensive backfield? Excellent leverage.
You're right. Tall, big, 6'7", nearly 300 pounds. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And some space here. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on fourth down. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. It's taken to the 26. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Detroit! No, check. Patriot! Let's go! Detroit! Over!
is McKinnon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So it'll be first down here after the run.
Let's go! Detroit! No, check! Patriot! Detroit! No, check! Patriot!
They run it with McKinnon. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd down following the run.
Watch it now, Marty! Check! Watch it now, Marty!
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Watch it now, Marty! Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, over. Watch it now, Marty! No, check!
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On first down, Garoppolo. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, holding on to the football is a big problem for the 49ers last year. Shouldn't surprise any of us, right? When you're 2-14, you probably will lead the league in fumbles as they did. How about that, 15 last year?
15 of them, yep, and a 2-14 record, kind of indicative. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Ryan looking deep downfield. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Watch it now, Marty. No, check. Patriot.
They run once more with McKinnon, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And the wideout in motion. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Again, a first down carry. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jeremiah Tauchu. In from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the first down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football on the running play and stopped them short of a first down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now McKinnon to start the drive. fights through, and now a crease. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense is just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks, too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Green. Back it up, Philly. Here we go.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brooks Reed in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
No. Check. Patriot. Now let's go. Blue landed. Here we go. Blue landed. Back it up. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Play action. Garoppolo under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
All right, here we go. 3-19. Back it up, Philly.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. After the interception, here's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Ryan. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And, a good hit there and knocked down hard at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a 1st down as well. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And ready now for 2nd and 9. Freeman again. busts through the tackle. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And there, the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
Well, what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction, and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Ten yards still left on second down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on third and long?
Here we go.
Play action. Now Garoppolo. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. And A whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And taken right at the 35. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And here now come the Falcons. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground at the 44-yard line.
And that's how you want to start a sequence defensively. That's what we used to call, partner, hello, glad to meet you. Tagged him for a loss.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On second down, Ryan. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit, as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. And this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Here we go now. All right, now, look. No. All right, now, look at 56.
Here's McKinnon. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
All right, now, look at 56. Here we go now. Look at 56. Green, 39. Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, look at 56. Let's get 56. Green, 39. Green, 39.
The slot man in motion right. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Taken from just outside the 30. He will not go down.
Have to retape those ankles.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On second down, here's Ryan. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 8 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So the D-line's going to spread out. Third and long. It's Ryan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
All right, here we go. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
Now a play fake here on first down. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Now, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go. 319. All right, let's go.
They come out here in the eye. Second down, the ball on the 2 here. Second, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Jerick McKinnon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers are back within a score. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Gold now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. Now it's Ryan. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On 1st down, Ryan. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Here we go now. Boom, landed. Here we go now. Check. Leopard. 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 Leopard.
Now McKinnon. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Niners on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. McKinnon. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now a handoff looking right. Room here to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. And now here's a carry heading left. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. And no, it's incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. They toss to Freeman. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. handoff as they run left side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive in that position, ball security paramount, they turn the ball over. Terrible.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight. Freeman looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So 2nd and 10 here. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now the pitch to Freeman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the